According to Merriam-Webster, a habit is, quote, a settled tendency or usual manner of behavior. Of course, not everyone has the same habit, but there is a list of some that most of us share, including fidgeting, cleaning, being on time, being late, and pretty much any hobby, just to name a few. However, sometimes a habit stems from one's bad actions that tend to repeat for long periods of time, like a rewind button. Think of things your gym teachers say not to do. Yeah, those things. So today I'm going to discuss what some of these common bad habits are, how they occur, and how you can help yourself get rid of them. Now, obviously, I'm not an expert psychologist on these things or even a doctor who knows every effect of eating too many sweets, but I do want you to try to become a better person after this video ends. Sounds good? Another definition we can use to describe a habit is an acquired mode of behavior that has become nearly or completely involuntary. Think of things that you do consistently without thinking. Some of my common habits include fidgeting my pen, hopping onto social media like Instagram, or even just typing up random stuff on Google Docs like this script. Trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. Now, most of this really isn't bad, probably a 2 or 3 at worst on a scale, but let's switch all of these for more negative behaviors. I'm pretty sure the following applies: staying up late, not exercising enough, poor diets, overthinking, and the cherry on top, procrastination. Everything listed here are things we've been told time and time again to avoid doing, yet how many of us actually do? Don't be ashamed, I get it. The temptation to just procrastinate is something every person in or who's been in high school just clings onto without a second thought. An inescapable void, you could say. Do you think I'm always in the mood to do push-ups or start doing mile rounds on the spot? No. I just want to lay down, bro. Have you ever laid down? It's the best feeling in the world. Try it sometime. Okay, you get why we all fall for these invisible mousetraps. They feed on our guilty pleasure in a way we let our conscience ignore what's right. As for why they actually show up out of thin air, it all comes down to 3 factors: a trigger, a behavior, and the reward. As stated by helpguide.org, a combination of these 3 are what give birth to bad habits we all do today. A trigger can be a spark from outside forces that give you any negative emotion. The behavior comes down to how you respond to that trigger, which leads to the so-called reward, giving you a more positive feeling as a result of said behavior. Let's say, I don't know, you're bored and you just can't find anything to do. I don't know, just roll with it. That would be the trigger, boredom. Looking to cure this, you reach out for your phone, console, PC, or whatever device you play on and open up your favorite game. Due to this behavior, your time spent playing satisfies you with excitement, aka your reward. Going off this scenario, you're probably wondering, well, mouse, this is only for the time being. What's the matter with that? No, this by itself is not bad. It's when it gets to the point of repetition that becomes a bad habit. Think of the consequences of this individual if they don't end this addiction. Is it truly a fate we cannot escape? Well...
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
As our wonderful spokesperson said, these things don't go away with the snap of a finger. You have to work towards getting rid of them. There are probably a couple different ways to approach this, however you should pick the method that you feel comfortable with implementing into your routine life. Let's start with SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. This system allows you to break down your goal into sub-goals like stairs, helping you reach the end. Identify a specific goal that can be achieved without adding shortcuts and can be measured with elements like time, for example. Speaking of that, is time in your favor to allow this to happen? If the answer is no to most of these, you're setting yourself up for disappointment in the long run. That felt like a lot of exposition, didn't it? Be glad this video didn't turn into a Christopher Nolan movie where we'd be here for hours. It's simple really. Create a new habit, a safe one obviously, that can take the place of your current one. Like instead of playing games, try reading a book or doing some kind of puzzle. These not only distract your brain from attempting to go back, it also helps strengthen it more as a matter of fact. To see this in action, let's take a look at a bad habit I had and how I managed to leave it behind. Procrastination. About 90% of the time, I would do assignments in class ahead of time to avoid doing them at home. For that 10%, mainly projects, I often push it back out of my belief that I can finish it another time. In physics, that really came back to bite me a little. Thanks to late turn-ins of easy online assignments, my grades started to plummet at a steady rate. I went from a hovering solid B to almost in the danger zone of C- and worse. How did I turn this around? I used my time to find out what I need to get done first to get the late homework completed for some credits. Then, I studied whatever I lacked comprehension in to prevent future marks that would drop my grade. Those days were just whenever I had nothing left for other classes to complete. Thus, it became a default assignment on its own. A little luck came by as remediations were offered, and without question, I used those to boost myself up. After studying my areas of weakness, the lowest grades were replaced with much more satisfying ones. In the weeks that followed the break, I was able to push myself back up to an A for my first semester. So to wrap things up, bad habits suck. They really are a nuisance only meant to drag you down further into the abyss. Always remember that there are ways to counter them, so feel free to check out the websites in the description if you want to learn more about bad habits. As always, it's my pleasure to entertain you guys, and for now, I'll see you all next time. Peace.